The agenda of today's lecture is supply voltage scaling for low power. In this lecture, I am going to be explain about voltage scaling approaches. Under that, device feature size scaling, architecture level approach, which is two subtopics, that is parallelism and pipelining. Now let us go for the introduction. In the introduction, from the sources of power dissipation in CMOS circuits, we have two types. One is dynamic, another one is static. The dynamic power dissipation is concentrated on power dissipation with respect to the switching. This is the expression. Power dissipation with respect to the short circuit. Power dissipation with respect to the glitch. Next, coming to the power dissipation with respect to the static, again we have studied three subtopics. One is power dissipation with respect to the diode, power dissipation diode leakage, power dissipation with respect to the subthreshold leakage. Next, power dissipation with respect to the gate oxide leakage. Here I have considered that any one of them or all or I have included, means I am going to be assuming it as I leakage because it is belongs to the leakage current, so I leakage. So here what I mean to say is, in all these combinations we have VDD, 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 VDD. Maybe it is going to be two times or maybe it is going to be three times. Okay, here the supply voltage is common for all the cases. So here the supply voltage is most important parameter to reduce the power dissipation. That is why we have to go for the supply voltage scaling. Scaling means it is going to be, maybe it is going to be decreasing. The other parameters which are also influence this is the physical capacitance, switching activity and threshold voltage. So if you will see here, let me explain the supply voltage, how it is going to be influences by making use this graph. So if we are going to be plotting the graph between the supply voltage and energy, when supply voltage is less, the energy is going to be less. When the supply voltage is going to be increases, automatically energy is going to be increases. So if we are going to be reducing the voltage by a factor 2, the energy is going to be dissipated, or the energy is going to be decreases by a factor of 4. Now let me concentrate on delay, because when the voltage is going to be increases, the delay is going to be decreases. The delay means it is nothing but time taking. So when voltage is, because the delay is equal to, this is the expressions, it is going to be inversely proportional. When voltage is going to be increases, automatically the delay is going to be decreases. Usually here if you will see, what is the challenging we are facing is, we can reduce the supply voltage up to zero point 0.2 volts in theoretically, but in practically if you will see, we can reduce or we can use the voltage for any circuits, the minimum voltage is 1 volt. So when if you will see, because why it is going to be up to only 1 volt instead of a zero point 0.2 volts is, we have the supply voltages, maybe it is going to be a battery or maybe it is going to be a regulated power supply, that is RPS, which we can't go for up to zero point 0.2 volts. So the scale the supply voltage by not comp, because when we are going to be reducing in this case, okay, the performance, because the delay, it is also one of the performance of the circuit. So when the delay is going to be reduces, okay, so we are supposed to be concentrates on the performance parameters. So if we are going to be reducing the supply voltage, we are supposed to not compromise with respect to the performance. Here we will see what are all the voltage scaling approaches. Here the first one is static voltage scaling. So if you will see in case of this static scaling with static voltage scaling, when we are using a system, the voltage decided at design time will be maintained. We can't change the voltage at runtime. Means it is not changed when the circuit is going to be in operation mode. In this scaling, voltage is fixed and are not given and are subjected to the subsystems maintained only with that voltage. Means whatever the voltage decided at the time of design, only that voltage we can make use throughout the operation. In middle of the operation we can't change. Now we will move to the next one, that is multi-level voltage scaling. We used to represent with the MVS. In this case, here first I have considered a logic block. Okay, of course there are two power supplies, that is VDD1 and VDD2. So here first the supply voltage is switched to VDD1 and it will move to VDD2, or maybe it is going to be moves between these two fixed voltages. We have a logic block. It works at one point of time with VDD and another point of time with VDD2. Of course, by making use this switch, which we will either this voltage or this voltage. Means the supply voltage is kept any one of these two, or maybe it is going to be more, but it is going to be selected by the switch. Of course it is also done by at only design time, later we can't use. Now we will move to the next type, that is dynamic voltage and frequency scaling. So if you will see in case of for this dynamic one, large number of voltage levels are dynamically applied for different voltage, different workloads. So different workloads we will have, and it is going to be connected with the different voltage levels, and it is going to be changing dynamically. Here we will scale down both voltage and frequency. In the first two cases, we can't change the supply at runtime. But here, in this case, we can change the voltage at runtime dynamically with the number of supply voltages and frequencies depending on the workload or processor. Next one is adaptive voltage scaling. So it is making use a control loop to adjust voltage as well as frequency. In this DVFS, it is an open loop technique. The voltage and frequency decided based on worst and best conditions by including the voltage and temperature. So it is very conservative method. So really the benefit we get is not optimized. But in case of this AVS method, it is closed loop. It is making use closed loop technique. So at runtime behavior, performance of the circuit is going to be monitored with help of on-chip circuit. Voltage and frequencies are decided. It adapts with the changes that occur due to voltage and temperature. Thank you.